Candidates, you're welcome to this lesson. Briefly, before we begin with today's lesson, let's go through the numbers I gave you yesterday. Unfortunately, I'm not using a chalkboard today, so follow the steps. Look at your working and go through your work according to the steps I'm going to give you. Now let's look at number 1 here. Looking at the triangle we had, you realize that, like we said yesterday, that one of these will be the base. We said the base and the height of a triangle meet at a right angle. So this is our right angle. So we shall take this as the base, then this is the height. Even if you took this as the height and this as the base, no problem. The most important thing is, for this case, the answer. Now, step number 1 is area equals a half times base times height. A half times the base. I hope you're looking at your steps. 12 centimeters. The height is 5 centimeters. So I'm going to be brief. So when you cancel 2 and 12, you'll get 6. 2, 1, 2, 6. You remain with 5 times 6. So the area of number 1A is 30 square centimeters. B, our base is 12, the height is 8. Area equals to a half times base times height. That is a half times 12 centimeters times 8 centimeters. Follow the steps, please, dear candidates. A half times base, which is 12, times height, which is 8. So cancel 2. Cancel 2 and 12, that is 2, 1, 2, 6. You remain with this 8 or 6 times 8 centimeters. So when you multiply that, you get 48 square centimeters. Number 1C is here. Our base is 8 centimeters, and then the height is 7 centimeters. The triangle, the question is, find the area of triangle ABC. ABC, back to A. So our base is 8, then the height is 7 decimeters. So a half times base times height, a half times the base, which is 8, and then the height is 7 decimeters. So when you cancel 2 and 8, you remain with 4 times 7. You'll have it as 28 square decimeters. D, like we said, the question is ABC, area of triangle ABC. That is ABC, back to A. ABC, and back to A. So this is the triangle we are supposed to find its area. So the base of that triangle, given from here up to here as 4 decimeters, and from here up to here as 16 decimeters. So we shall subtract 4 from 16 to get the base. That is 16 minus 4. So the base of our triangle ABC here is 12 decimeters. So you proceed. A half times base times height, a half times 12 decimeters, and the height, which is 8 decimeters. So cancel 8, 2 and 16, you'll get 8. You'll have 8 and 8. So you'll get your answer as 64 square decimeters. Number 2, ABC, ABC. This is our triangle ABC. Base is 6. This one is 8. I hope everybody here got the answer is 15. And then the other one is the ACD, ACD, ACD. Our base is 8 and the height is 5. So when you cancel 2 and 8, you get 4. So you'll have it as 20 square centimeters. And then lastly, here is ABD. ABD. Base, you must add this. Should have added 6 and 8 centimeters to give you 14 centimeters. And this is your height. So, briefly, children, that is that. Your answer is that one you got. Let's look at number 3. Number 3, find the area of the shaded region. The shaded region is this one here. I see? This is our shaded region. The base is 10 centimeters. and the height is 9 centimeters. So when you state the formula and make the right substitution, you realize that your base is 10 centimeters and the height is 9 centimeters. So you cancel 2 and 10, you get 5 centimeters there. So you remain with 5 centimeters times 9 centimeters, giving you 45 square centimeters. B. Still the question says area of the shaded region. This is our shaded region. From here to here is 5 decimeters. But the base of the shaded region is not given. But they have given us from here up to here as 15 decimeters. So how do we get our base? The base of the shaded triangle. So we shall say, like we talked yesterday, we shall say, if from here up to here is 15 decimeters, subtract 5 decimeters from 15 decimeters to give you the base of the shaded region, which will be 10 decimeters. Our height is here because our perpendicular is right here. So 10 decimeters as the base and the height is 8 decimeters. Cancel 2 and 10. You get 5 decimeters. So you remain with 5 decimeters times 8 decimeters, giving us 40 square decimeters. And then lastly, for yesterday, or for our previous lesson, area of the shaded region from here up to here is 20. So I think I don't need to waste time because this one is the same as this. I know you are very good children. You did well there. Thank you so much for doing that activity. Now, can we proceed to our lesson of the day? Let's proceed to our lesson of the day. Let's proceed to our lesson of the day. Our lesson for today, our lesson of today is finding the missing side of a triangle given area. That is what we are going to do. We are going to find the missing side of a triangle given the area. Let's look at the first example. Our first example is the base of a triangle is 12 centimeters. Find its height if the area is 30 square centimeters. So what do? Summarize like we said yesterday. We agreed that such questions with words, the most important thing is identify the keywords, summarize, make the right substitution, and you move on. Now, so that you realize that you are given the base as 12 centimeters, you can see. The area is 30 square centimeters. So what is missing? It is the height. So what are we going to do? We shall begin by stating the formula of finding the area of a triangle. There we are. It is a half times base times height. Wonderful. Good. What will be our second step? Substitution now. Right substitution. A half times the base, which is 12 centimeters, multiplied by the height, which is missing. And the area is 30 square centimeters. Step number 3. I wrote the same step, and this is where we are supposed to cancel. I said, we agreed yesterday that in our previous lesson, that in the second step, that is where you substitute. So you don't move on to do what you are supposed to do in the third step there. You don't rush or you don't hurry to cancel from there. We shall rewrite the third step, and then after rewriting the third step as a half times 12 centimeters times the height, which is h, giving us that area. After that, we now cancel 2 by, cancel 12 by 2. So 2, 1 here, and then 12 divided by 2 is 6 centimeters. Giving us our fourth step as we now multiply 6 centimeters times h, and that is 6h centimeters or 6 centimeters h. Good? Then we move on. After this, we shall now say we are looking for, remember the question is asking to find the value of h. So what is the coefficient? The coefficient is 6 centimeters. We are making h a subject of our equation. So what do we do if we are making h a subject of the equation, we shall divide both sides by 6 centimeters in order for us to make h a subject of the equation. Cancel centimeters and centimeters, 6, 6, centimeters, centimeters, okay? 6, and 6, 5. And therefore, you'll have your h as 5 centimeters. The question is answered. Good. Let's look at number 2, our second example. The question is, the area of the shaded region below is 54 square decimeters. Find the length of PQ. This is our triangle. The area of this shaded region here is 54 square decimeters. What is the length of PQ? So you realize that PQ is the base of the shaded triangle. PQ is the base of the shaded triangle. So what is the height? Children out there, is it 4? What is it? 9 decimeters. Wonderful. So our height is 9 decimeters. After studying the question critically like that, what are we given? Area. What is missing? The height. I mean the base, which is PQ. So begin by stating, because you are given the area of a triangle, begin by stating the formula, which is a half times base times height. Good. After that, make the right substitution. Remember, PQ is the base. So it is PQ which is missing. So the base is P. I've decided to maintain as B, sorry. And then our height is 9 decimeters. The area is that. Good substitution. Step number 3 is, I looked at our second example. I mean the second step. When you look at 9 and 2, not divisible, because 9 is an odd number. So what did I do here? After realizing that 9 is not divisible by 2, I decided to multiply 1 by B by 9 decimeters. And what did I get? I got 9B decimeters out of 2. Good. Equals to our area, which is 54 square decimeters. Now, having known that 54 does not have the denominator, I decided to give it a denominator 1. So that is why you see 1 is appearing there. After that, we shall go to our third step. Now, what do we do? Get the LCD. I hope you know the meaning of LCD. That is the least common denominator. You can call it the LCM, no problem. Or the LCD. So, what is the work of the LCD? LCD is used for getting rid of fractions. And how do you use it? Use it for multiplying each term. Okay? When you get the LCD, multiply each term by the LCD, like I have done there. 9 B decimeters out of 2 times 2. Then the other side also, 54 square decimeters times 2. Very good. After that, I decided to cancel 2 and 2. Got 1, 1. Very good. What did I get? I remain with 9 B decimeters. Giving us 54 square decimeters, which I decided to cancel. I wanted to save time. That is, after that, we divide. We are looking for B. We are supposed to make B a subject of the equation. So what do? Divide each side or each term by the coefficient in order. Coefficient is 9. But since we are making B a subject of the equation, we divide both sides by 9 decimeters. Divide by 9 decimeters. Good. Look at the way I cancel decimeters and decimeters. 9 and 9. What did I remain with? I remain with B. The other side also I decided to cancel to expand square decimeters. And what did I get? I got decimeters times decimeters together or with 54. So 9 by 54. It is 691. Look at the way I cancelled. My 6 is not on 5. 6 is supposed to be on 4. Because 5 divided by 9 is 0. So we make it, I didn't write the 0 there, we make it 54, and then later on, and that's why 6 is supposed to be only 4. Like that. After cancelling, you remain with B as 6 decimeters times 2, giving us 12 decimeters. Thank you, children. I hope you are following me. Let's go to the next one, our third example. The question is, the area of a triangle below is 32 square centimeters. That is our triangle. The area is 32 square centimeters. I'm already seeing a problem. I think I didn't check on the units. So units are supposed to be the same. We shall make this 10 decimeters also to be centimeters. Sorry for that. Good. Now, given this as our diagram, identify. We talked about it yesterday. What is the base and what is the height? Is the base 10 decimeters? You realize that no, because it is not attached to the right angle. Our right angle is up. Therefore, this is the base and the other one is the height, or the other one is the base and this one is the height. Good? So you realize that looking at the marks, if this side is 2y, what is the other side? So what you are supposed to do is write the other side also as 2y. So that when you come here, the question is asking us to find the value of y. We now say, begin by stating the formula. Begin by stating the formula, that is a half times base times height. Good. It is here a half times base times height, giving us the area, which is 32 square centimeters. Please, children, change the 10 decimeters to also to centimeters. What is our base? The base is 2y, and the height is also 2y. After that, I cancelled I wrote the same step. I cancelled by 2, 1, by 2, 1. So what did I remain with? I remained with the y times 2y. Good. When you multiply y times 2y, a child who is not serious will tell you 3y. But that is addition, dear children. What is y times 2y? It is 2y squared. When you are multiplying these terms, when you are multiplying the terms, sorry for that. When you are multiplying the terms, you multiply the coefficients first. The coefficient of this y is 1, and the coefficient of the other y is 2. So when you multiply 1 times 2, you get 2. Then multiply the letters also. Y times y, giving us y squared. Good. Equals to our area. Cancel by 2, 1, by 2, 1, not y. I think I didn't cancel well. 2, 1, 2 here, 16. So we remain with, after cancelling this, we remain with we remain with y squared, giving us 16 square centimeters. Next step is find the square root of each term. Find the root of y squared and find the root of 16 square centimeters. I didn't draw my factor tree or the ladder there. So when you prime factorize, you realize that you will get this as your prime factors. Like when you expand this one, y squared is y times y. We are getting the root. And then after prime factorizing 32, this is what we shall get. When you are getting the square root, pair, and cancel 1 from each bracket. Cancel one of the, this is the first root, the first root, cancel the first root, remain with the second roots. So what are we left with? This side we shall remain with the y, but maintain the root sign again. Then the other side will remain with 2 times centimeters, giving us the value of y as 4 centimeters. So dear children, that is that. Make sure you follow the examples properly, and then you go ahead and do this activity here. So that is the activity I have for you. The area of the triangle below is 60 square. The area of the triangle, find the height of a triangle, whose area is 60 square centimeters and a base 12 centimeters. You have to do that. 2, the area of the figure below is 50 square decimeters. Find the value of n. This is our n. Find the value of n. The next number is this one here. The area of the shaded region is 45 square centimeters. Find the length of AB. Find the length of AB. What is AB? AB is the height. So make the right substitution for that. We have number 3 as the area of the shaded triangle is 60 square centimeters. Find the height. Find the height. Find the height of that triangle. So we have this as the height, and then area of the shaded. It is not a direct question. Study that. There is something you do first before you state the formula of finding the height. The area, the height, like that. So you are supposed to get the value of x first. Then when you get the value of x, so I'm not going to give you, spoon feed you. You shall compare what you'll get with what we shall discuss tomorrow. Finally, we have number 4. Our number 4 is there. The area of the shaded triangles is 60 square centimeters. Calculate the length of AB. Calculate the length of AB. So this is from here up to here is AB. And this one is, I don't know how you'll interpret it. So that is our figure. So, dear children, that is the end of our first lesson.